Welcome! Here's a problem at the world's weirdest zoo. For this problem, we will use Desmos to find a solution. At the world's weirdest zoo, there are only giraffes and penguins. There are 50 animal necks and 154 feet. If each penguin has exactly 2 feet, if each giraffe has exactly 4 feet, and if each animal has exactly 1 neck, how many of each type of animal are at the zoo? We'll use equations and Desmos to solve this. For the animal necks and the animal feet, we have some information that we need to translate into equations. The animal necks, we are assuming that each animal has exactly 1 neck, so if we put the penguins and the giraffes together, we should get a total of 50 necks. P plus G equals 50 for penguins and giraffes with P and G. For the animal feet, remember that each penguin is assumed to have 2 feet exactly, and each giraffe is assumed to have 4 feet exactly. So when we find the total number of feet, we would come up with an equation like 2p plus 4g equals 154. Desmos will not be very happy with these equations, so we're going to do a quick translation. We're going to change the penguins over to a variable of x, and the giraffes over to a variable of y. So the equations that we will use will be x plus y equals 50 and 2x plus 4y equals 154. We'll enter these equations into this left-hand column in the Desmos screen. So x plus y, and for just a moment you saw a little bit of a graph. X plus y equals 50. Now we can see quite a bit of the graph in there. And then we will enter the second equation in the second line, 2x plus 4y equals 154. And we want both of these statements to be true. Both of these equations need to be true at exactly the same time. Notice that in your Desmos graph, you can see both equations being graphed, and you can see the spot where they cross. If you can't see that spot where they cross, you need to zoom in or out or adjust your window size so that you can see that spot where they cross. But for right now, I can identify mine, and if I come over here on the graph and I click on that dot where they cross, it tells me the ordered pair 23, 27. Those go in the XY order. That means that X is 23, and that was our number of penguins. So we have 23 penguins and 27 giraffes as a solution via Desmos for this particular problem. The answer to the weird zoo problem, we should decide if it's reasonable, and it would be good if we had a way to check it. We came up with the G, which is the replacement. It got replaced with Y, and that was 27. And P was replaced with X, and that was 23 when we looked at our ordered pair. And so that means that the answer to the weird zoo problem is that there are 27 giraffes and 23 penguins at the world's weirdest zoo. As far as reasonability, the positive numbers in our answer are good because we're talking about numbers of animals, and we came up with whole numbers of animals. And so our solution, our possible answers here are reasonable. To check this, we need to verify that the number of animal necks and the number of animal feet that were given in the problem do work out. For the number of animal necks, you'll add together the penguin necks and the giraffe necks, 23 plus 27, for a total of 50. So that works out with our original problem. For the animal feet, remember that each penguin is assumed to have exactly 2 feet, and each giraffe is assumed to have exactly 4 feet. So 2 times 23 plus 4 times 27 is equal to 154 feet altogether. So that requirement works out. And that means that our problem is working out for us. We are done.